Hey everybody, it's Aquila, and this is a Lefty Nerd podcast YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me on this crazy journey, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who comments and subscribed, and I've made so many cool friends through this. I just really love it. So welcome if you're a new viewer and you've never seen this. I post a video every Saturday, and it is clips of my week just all thrown together. So if you're new, you wouldn't even know that this is a new location. This is a new location. So I am now in, okay, weird story, we're selling our house. Another weird story, our house was a little awkward setting it up and how many people we had here. And then when my oldest left, it changed everything. Now I'm working from home. So we're now trying to sell our house and we had to move all the rooms around. So this is in the basement. This is now what they're gonna deem as our third bedroom / den office area. Whatever they want to put on the listing, right? So this was my oldest daughter's first room. And then when we got pregnant, this became the nursery. And there's like a big room that's like when you walk down the steps into the basement, kind of like a family room. We made that a bedroom. And we sent the oldest daughter upstairs. So this is the basement, and this was the motif I painted for Hazel's room when she was little, and the colors are just, I love them, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want like baby pink. So I have now made this my office, so you're sitting on my big table, and behind me is now all my yarn stuff that I hadn't fully packed up. So I have my knitting machine there, my sewing there, this bookshelf is all filled with stuff, and then we have another record player that we don't use as much, but we had it down here for music, and then that was the chair we had used for Hazel when she was little. So, long story short, I am now in a new location. Sorry. It is Monday, October 26th. I always like to say that, I don't know why. And it's raining, and I really want to block that cowl that I showed in the last episode, but I'm not going to do that today. It's just not going to dry. Oh well, that's okay. It is what it is. I say that a lot. I'm so sorry. I just realized when I'm editing, well, I don't do much editing. I just kind of rewatch it to make sure it's whatever, that I say that. Sorry. The only thing I have actively been working on every day is my Edgar Allan Poe Halloween Advent self-striping sock from Malia Made It. I kept pronouncing it wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I need to show you day 7 and day 8. Ready? So day 7 was a pale blue colorway, and it was the Telltale Heart. Now, if you've never read The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, it is about well, we're not sure who the narrator is, but he's the one that commits the murder and kills the old man, and the old man has a weird eye that is a pale blue color. So there's your color inspiration right there. And before I show it, I will tell you the next color also, which was day 8, which is Midnight Blue, which is based from A Descent into the Maelstrom. No, I've never read that, so I had to Wikipedia it. And now I want to read it because it seems interesting. It's about 3 brothers who are out fishing on a vessel, and there's whirlpools and what did they say hit? It was like their ship got hit by a vortex. It was the most terrible hurricane that had ever came out of the heavens. So one brother ends up, I'll just look over because I just kind of read it quickly. One brother jumped ship. The other brother was driven mad by the horror of the spectacle, and he was drowned when the ship went down. And the third brother, who is the narrator, jumped ship. He says that he observed how objects around him were attached and pulled into it, and that he deduced that the larger of the bodies and more rapid the larger the bodies, the more rapid their descent, and that spherical shaped objects were pulled in the fastest. Crazy. So dark blue, I get that, or the midnight blue, because I'm assuming if you're in this crazy vortexy hurricane storm, It is probably very dark and probably very blue and black. So here's the two colors. So I'll show you. There we go. And I think they look really beautiful. I'm loving this. Loving this. There's Mia. So I hope the lighting isn't terrible because it's all recessed overhead lighting. I do have my ring light and I could plug that in if it does look bad. But there you go. Yay. So, and I just want to say thank you to all the people who have commented on the last episode. So if you haven't watched the last episode, you should definitely watch the last episode. My husband is a very generous person and he wants to gift people things. So there you go. Watch the last one. Because you'll have until this one goes up to comment. Just saying. Alright. I'll be showing you guys new colors through the week. I only have 5 more colors. 5 more. I love this. I need to cast on a new sock. I took off Wednesday to make sure I can vote early. And so I can just chillax because I've been working very hard on this house. Yesterday about killed me. My mom came down and we moved. Well, this room was Hazel's old room as of yesterday morning. And today it is now my room. And she is completely moved upstairs. That old room that was our bedroom, you can't see it obviously, it's going to be a playroom. So she has so many toys that we didn't want to clutter up her bedroom. We're just making it a playroom. And it's going to be really cool. But I'm tired. I took 2 aspirin. I must have hurt my knee. I don't know what's going on. Real life, y'all. And it's cold down here. Just a little bit. But it's cold today. I caved and turned the heat on in our house. It got down to like 48 last night. But we didn't have the heat on yet. I finally caved today though. Today's Tuesday, the 27th. We are on day 9 of my advent calendar. My Halloween advent Edgar Allan Poe self-stripey sockies. I love them so much. They're so pretty. Day 9 is a velvet purple colorway. And it's The Raven. So it's a poem. Now, I know I've read this poem before. Probably years ago. I just didn't recall them talking about the flowing purple curtains. You know, so in the story, or in the poem, the narrator is talking about his lost Lenore, his love, and he hears a tapping, and he thinks it's coming from the doorway, and he goes to the doorway, and nobody's there, and he hears the tapping, and he goes to the window, and opens the window, and this raven comes flying in, and sits upon the statue above his door of, they don't use the name Athena, they use probably the other name, not the Greek name, but the Latin name, maybe? I don't know. So he sits there, and all the raven will say is nevermore. And he gets angrier and angrier and angrier with the bird, and he's sitting there, and he pulls up a chair, apparently, and it's velvety. They talk about it being velvety. So I'm assuming the colorway is also coming from the curtains that are billowing in the window, and then the chair that he pulls up, and he's sitting there, and they talk about the velvet chair, and I'm assuming it's purple. So I'm going to show you the color. Ready? Bum, bum, bum. Boop. There you go. So it is a darker purple. Really should probably have my ring light on because we're not getting very good light in here. I hate this lighting. It's terrible. So there's that colorway. So, I have to pause because I have to go and get something. But I'll show you something else first. Let me talk about something else. So, I follow a woman on YouTube and I believe on Instagram. And I cannot remember her name, but I believe her YouTube is TL Crafts. I'll put everything down below. And she does a ton of videos. I shouldn't say a ton. She does videos on Tunisian crochet. I also watch Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and she does Tunisian crochet. Not as much Tunisian crochet, but she does. So I know I had tried this probably years ago, probably like way back in my crochet career, you know, or whatever. So I wanted to try it. So I pulled up that lady's video and I watched the beginner's Tunisian crochet video for just the basic stitch. There's like 400 and some different stitches for Tunisian crochet. What? It looks really cool because I think Tunisian crochet has a bunch of different kind of looks to it. It can look woven. It can almost look like knit stitches. It's really cool looking. So it's different, you know, and with Tunisian crochet versus regular crochet, if you don't know anything about Tunisian crochet, it's 2 passes to make 1 row, essentially. So when you do your first pass, you're picking up all your loops, and you have however many loops you need to be on your needle. So if you're doing something that is, the project is going to be longer than a regular crochet hook, you need either A, the long crochet hooks, if you've ever seen those, the old metal long ones that are straight. And then they also have like interchangeable Tunisian crochet sets. So it's just like a regular knitting interchangeable set where you would take off your size hook and it connects to like a cable. And I've heard people talk about different brands and types, and some of the cords they like better, and some of them they don't, and some of them are metal, and some of them are plastic. So it's all to your preference. So I'm sitting, it's like late. I didn't want to work on the project that I had cast on last night any longer. So I was like, I'm going to go get a ball. So you might remember this from my Simple Hug Cardi. So I grabbed this, and her video, she talks about making sure whatever the ball band says, you go up 2 millimeter hook sizes. So if it calls for a 3, you go up to a 5. I don't remember what this called for, so I grabbed an I, which is a 5.5 millimeter. So it's pretty large, you know, it's a pretty big hook. So, and I knew I was just playing around, so I didn't need like a longer hook. But I did a little bit of Tunisian crochet. This is the basic stitch for Tunisian crochet. Hannah, are you proud of me? And so I'm not quite sure if my edge looks right. It's not focusing in well. This is the starting edge, and then this is, so you do your pass this, well, that way. I do my pass that way, and then I come back. Maybe I'll just do a small video to show you guys how it kind of works, because it is interesting how it works. Yeah, and I don't know. I would like to try a project, and then what kind of spiraled me down the rabbit hole was on Instagram. I saw a woman that does crochet, Tunisian crochet projects, and she had just put out a new headband that has cables in the Tunisian crochet, and it's a free pattern. So I'll try to remember to link that down below too. Or I'll take a picture and I'll insert it here. Hopefully I remember that. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna show you a little bit of my left-handed Tunisian crochet, and then I have one other project that I want to show you guys. So that was my left-handed Tunisian crochet. I hope it wasn't terrible quality. So tomorrow I took off work. I'm going to vote. And I want to have a day to just reflect on all the things. And I've read that the lines are long, even for early voting. Early voting in Maryland just started on Monday. The lines have been crazy. They said it's like a huge turnout just in general for this election. Something on the news said Facebook had done something in the primaries for Rock the Vote, if you remember that. They had gotten like so many new registered voters. Well, if you're on Facebook and if you're on Instagram, you've seen all the vote stuff everywhere, right? So they said they had 4 million. That sounds so crazy high, but I guess that's right. New registered voters for this election. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. So, since I know the lines are going to be long, I prepped a new project to take with me. I really need to get more. I like the Chai-Gu needles, and I love the 9-inch circulars. As you can tell, 9-inch circulars. I love them. I only have one 9-inch in the US 1. And I have a US 1.5. So I decided it's not that big of it. It's not a huge difference in the size. And so I cast on the at Haynes house pumpkin pie colorway. That should be my screenshot. It's crazy looking. Okay, sorry. I'm ridiculous. Ridiculous! And so I put on my little stitch marker that I can't remember. I think this came from Ray and Jake from Dogstar. Pretty sure that's where I got them from. And so here we go. It is the pumpkin pie colorway. And it's not gonna focus. Focus? No? Please? Nope, not at all. Okay. There we go. So since I just will be going round and round and round and round and round, I'll have these for inline because apparently some of the wait times are an hour, some are 2. I'm going to wear comfortable shoes. I'm going to bundle up and make sure I'm warm enough, and I'm going to have my project to knit on. I don't want to take anything to drink like coffee or tea because then I might have to pee myself. And I don't know how accessible bathrooms will be. Okay. I'm silly. Alright, I'm going to stop now. But I wanted to show you that I have 20 rows, I have 10 plus a couple rows of just the stockinette done. I did a 15 row 2x2 rib, 64 stitches. Yeah. Alright, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Wish me luck, y'all. Everybody, go vote. It's important. Okay, it is Wednesday, October 28th. I have not done my Advent stripe yet, so I'll show that hopefully later. But I voted. Did my duty. Alright, so I was showing you guys I was playing with Tunisian crochet. Let me just move you a little closer. And so I dug out some woolies. And it was TL Yarn Crafts is the crochet lady that does all the Tunisian videos. So I wanted to try that headband, and I did. I tried it with a worsted weight, which is what it called for. And it called for like the tiniest hook. Now, when I watch TL Yarn Crafts, she says you should always go up 2 millimeters. And my yarn said it called for a 6 millimeter, a J hook. Which means I would have went up to, 8 millimeter, whatever that ends up being. And the headband called for something super tiny, and I tried it and it was just not working. The cable part was a hot mess, because trying to find where you put your hook in the stitches that were in the back side of the cable. So I went back to TL Yarn Crafts and I decided to just do some of her tutorial videos and try different stitches. So last night I was attempting, well, I mean, I succeeded in doing the Tunisian knit stitch. It does make a very thick fabric though, but it is supposed to mimic, it's probably gonna be hard to see, what knit stitches would look like. You see that? But look how thick that is, because you get these huge purl bumps on the back side and it curls a lot, like a lot. So now I understand why Hannah, when she was making that Tunisian sweater or cardigan and everything was super tight and curling, I totally understand you, girl. I got it. I get it. I get it. So I've just been playing around with stuff and I'm really enjoying just, you know, doing that. I have finished the ribbing on John's sweater and I just found my needles because I love doing sleeves on 9-inch. I think these are actually a 10-inch because the Addi makes a 10-inch. The size I needed for his sleeves. So I'm going to be picking them up soon and doing those instead of just fiddling around with all this other stuff. But it's fun fiddling. Sometimes, you know, I'm just in a place where I don't know what new to cast on, etc. So, yeah. Okay. I was introduced to a friend through a friend. She's a photographer. And we got to talking and we were having a good time. And it was, you know, like all our kids were playing and it was really nice. And I was like, oh, I knit and crochet. And she was like, what? She's like, you want to barter? And I was like, of course I want to barter for things. Like, sure, I'll take some family mini sessions and photographs of my family, which I never have professional photographs taken of us. Well, one, because I never look very great, so, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, so she was like, can you make some newborny type stuff? And I was like, well, yeah, I definitely can do that. So I've been on the hunt for roving to make just mini blankets to lay newborn babies on, you know, like 2-week-old babies. And it's not the easiest to come by right now in regular stores. So I was at Joann's and I picked up some, sorry, cat fluff everywhere. And I didn't take this out of the bag. So this yarn, when I looked it up, I could find projects for it. This is Bernat Elise. It's got a sticker on it, but it was clearance for $5.97 and it's easy wool. And I've seen a lot of people make scarves and a hat. There was like 9 projects on Ravelry. So comes in, it's only 11 yards, but I think 2 is going to be enough to make a small like pad to lay a baby on, right? So I bought 2 of them. They had all these other crazy bright colors and I was like, no, it needs to be subtle and cloud-like and heavenly looking, you know, like for baby pictures. So while looking at this, you can see it says no crochet, no knitting. It's all done by hand. So I'm going to have to look up a video on this and see how this works. So it's funny because it has a picture of a hand. Can you see that? That's really silly. So I'm going to try it out. It's a jumbo number 7. I'm going to try it. I'm going to, like I said, watch a video. Oh, there's a picture on this one. This one has, these are the same thing, right? Oh, well, this one has a picture of like a blanket on it. And this one has like a big cowl on it. It says it needs 2 balls to make this cowl. So I think I can make a decent sized baby something. Now, when I looked up this yarn, there is no projects on Ravelry. I'm assuming it's a very new yarn. And it is called Big Twist Ribbon. I bought 2 balls. It's 16 yards. It calls for a size U crochet hook and size 50 needles, US 50, 25 millimeter. So I bought 2 balls of this color. This color, did I say what this was color was? I didn't. This is called Blue Surf. And I bought 3 colors of these. This one is called, it's a 81 acrylic, 19 polyamide. Where'd the color go? This is just called Beige. This is called Shy Blush. And this one is called, I hope I only need 2, Mushroom. So I thought this would be not together, obviously. Again, the Neapolitan colors. What is up with that? I think these are nice colors. They're really neutral. They're very like light looking. And so is this. So, sorry, the light down in this room does no justice. But I have to dig out my needles. And I know in this container, I'm pretty sure I have, look, they're not even opened. These are US 50s. 19 millimeter. Well, that's weird. Didn't I just say a 50 was a 25 millimeter? Boy, do you got your shit together? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. So I have those. I also have, now these are US 35, 19 millimeter. So I have some different sizes, and these are a US 19, 15 millimeter. So a 15, a 35, wait, yeah, a 19, a 35, and I have a 50. So I have needles to try this product. Oh, and I also have, since these aren't used all that much, I keep them just in this bin. These are 17s. So I'm thinking it's going to be bigger to get the most fabric out of the yardage I have. The only thing I don't have, if I wanted to do crochet, look, I had to write on the bottom. This is a Q hook. It called for a U. So T-U, wait. LMNOPQRSTUV. So that's still a lot of letters between Q and U. But this is the biggest hook I believe I own. Although you don't get as much yardage, you don't get as much fabric when you crochet because it uses more yards than knitting does. Plus I like the idea of it looking knit versus crochet. So I probably won't be crocheting. Yeah, these needles aren't as big. The highest needles I have in here are 15s. But I knew I had some giant needles in here. So keep a lookout. I'm going to drag all these upstairs because I have today off and I might do nothing. I was thinking of doing house stuff, but maybe not. There you go. All right, so I wanted to show you guys all this stuff. It's crazy. Alright, so I just had a little bit of a video of me doing that finger knitting with those loops. Pretty interesting. So the 2 balls I finished and I bound it off and it's done, other than weaving in the ends. I showed the photographer friend and she is very excited. So let me show you guys. I don't know if there's really a top or a bottom to this. So it's pretty large. I think it's perfect for a newborn to be laying on, and it looks really neat. I think I screwed up right there. There's an extra stitch. Oh well. I'm not gonna block this. It's acrylic, so Nice and fluffy. Very easy to do. A little tedious because I was leaning over a lot onto the bed because I wanted to have it laid out so I didn't drop any of those loops. So this is 40 loops cast on across and 2 balls total. And it's like perfect size. Nice and squishy. Very squishy. So that's done. Woohoo! Take a finished picture of it and put it on Instagram. All right, and I also did finish my stripe from my Poe sock, and the day is day 10, and it's wine red, and the story is the cask of Amontillado. I'm probably butchering that. So the narrator is, again, the murderer. Not always the murderer. I don't know why I said again. The narrator is the murderer. He is upset with a friend of his, another nobleman, and he decides during Carnival, because I think it's in Italy, he's going to get him really drunk and then kill him. So he gets him really drunk on this wine, which is the Amontillado type of wine, and says, because it's like a rare vintage, whatever, he says, come with me, and the friend's already drunk, and he comes with him, and he lures him down into these catacombs, which he already had like ready to chain up the friend. He then puts the friend in a wall and buries him alive, and before he puts the last stone in, he throws in a flaming torch. He is definitely dark and grotesque, let's just say. All right. So wine red was the colorway. Obviously, you get where the color is coming from. Oh, you can see the color is really good up here. So there you go. There's that last color. Well, not last color, because there's 1, 2, 3 more colors left. I love these. They're definitely like a rainbow. She organized them so they really went in a great order. I love that. So yeah, there we go. All right, I might have more baby photography photo shoot props before the end of the episode. I always start recording these episodes at the beginning of the week, obviously, and I'm like, I'm gonna have nothing to show. What am I gonna show? And now I think I have already 40 minutes of footage, and it's only Wednesday. Oops. I try to keep them short. I really do. 30 minutes. Doesn't always happen. Sorry, not sorry. Didn't get a chance to video yesterday. Yesterday was MJ's birthday, and it's just kind of been a very emotional time in our house right now. If you follow my husband's Instagram, you'll have seen he lost a friend of his. So, yeah, addiction's a bitch, right? So,
what's up, guys? I wanted to jump on here real quick and just do a little PSA. This has been a very rough week. A lot of you don't know I am a recovering drug addict. Been for a long time. I lost one of my best friends this week, and I just wanted to tell you guys, if you or anybody that you love is struggling with addiction, don't give up on them, man. I know it's easy to do after failed attempts and God, all the horrible things that come along with it, breaking of trust, all that stuff, but do not give up on them. I will talk to absolutely anybody. Message me. I will give you my phone number. I don't care if you are completely smashed and you need somebody to try to get you through it, or if you've been clean for a decade and with all this going on are contemplating making stupid decisions, man. Reach out, to me, to anybody, go seek help. I mean, I know way too many people with decades clean that are messing up right now. It's a tough time for something like this. So reach out to your loved ones, man. Reach out to anybody. Talk to anybody. Heroin is it's a hell of a drug, man. Just do it, man. Talk to people. Thank you.
Again, like I've tried to say at the end of podcasts, at the end of like, check on your friends and your family and hug them close and hug them and just, yeah. So, emotional times, I feel like being like uppity and whatnot is fake. So, because, you know, I mean, I want to be uppity, but I am also just, you know, riding this numb roller coaster around. So, yeah. And you know, we get serious on this podcast sometimes because, you know, life, and it's not all, you know, glitter and sparkles and bows and rainbows and magical. Like, that's just not how life is. So, breathe. Okay, so I do have to show you 2 days worth of my advent calendar. I have day 29 and 30, because today is the 30th, and 29 was day 11. It's black, and it's the Pit and the Pendulum, which I guess I had never read before, so I read the synopsis on Wikipedia, and it is about a man who is being tortured, and he's put in this pit, and there's a pendulum, and it's got a sharp blade on it, and it's dark and eerie, and in the end, he is saved because his captor's enemies have, whatever. Just, you know, read the synopsis. So, that color is black, and then today's color was silver, and it was a poem called The Bells, and in the poem, the first, I don't know all the parts of poems. I'm not like an English major. The first section, they talk about silver bells, and so the color is a silver color. And they go in to talk about like gold bells and brass bells and whatever else. So, again, doom and gloom type stuff in these things. And so I will show you. There is the black and the silver. There you go. Yeah. One more color. So I'll end up showing you that in the morning. And then I'll be able to freely work on these socks without having to stop every 6 rows. So it's okay though. I mean, I've been working. I picked up the stitches on John's sleeve for his sweater. And I also have blocked, I should grab that really quick because it's probably still just a little wet. And I didn't weave the ends in, and I'm just not going to show it again after this. But this is the Azazel Cowl. Oh, it is kind of dry. And all the details are down below. It blocked out really, really nice. The ends will get woven in, and it'll be put in the gift pile for Christmas stuff. I'll just throw it on real quick. It'll be nice and super cozy without strings hanging everywhere. Tonight, it's been rainy all day today. Well, most of the day. It's stopped raining now, but we're going to a small Halloween gathering of Hazel's best friend, and they are in school together. So, and I see the mom, you know, we hang out, and it's like just a couple of the neighbors all together in like, and all their yards meet, and we're having an outside gathering, and the kids are gonna do some like woods trick-or-treating, like finding bags of candy. And yeah, I'll insert a picture of Z here. She is being a dead evil princess thing. Yeah. And maybe tomorrow, if John's up to it, because we had bought costumes, and I don't know, again, with everything, emotion-wise, I don't know how that's all going to be, but maybe I'll convince him for us to put our costumes on and do a quick change and show you. If not, sorry. All right, everyone, it is October 31, and I need to round up this video. It's already very long. Apologize in advance, I guess. I don't know. Or not. The last color for my Poe Advent calendar is inspired by Bernice, which is a short story about a man who is living with Bernice, and they are going to be married, and he is kind of, I don't know, I guess maybe they could call it OCD in this time and age, but he is obsessed with her teeth, and she ends up getting sick and dies, and he wakes up at some point with the servant screaming that she has been dug up, and he is covered in blood and mud, and there is a box of teeth that he has in his lap. So the last color is white, and there we go. So there is all 13 colors. Ignore the top, like I said. I'm using some patterns just for my cuffs and stuff. Everybody's making noise in this house. I can't win.
I'm not making a single noise.
You're eating cereal and your spoon is hitting the bowl, and Hazel's walking around in heels. Go away.
Hazel, I guess we gotta go hide quietly in the basement.
Hide quietly in the basement. Yes, that is true. Okay, I just want to show the little bit of progress I've made on my pumpkin pie socks. And I didn't put a marker where I was, but that's what it looks like so far. It's really cool looking. Yeah, I'm gonna have John join us in just a few moments to open the last package of part of that giveaway that he talked about in the last episode. So you need to go to the last episode and watch that to know how to enter. All right, so your last package came, and I was a jerk, and you told me to open it as a surprise in the video, and I didn't, and I'm sorry.
You didn't.
I didn't. We've been having some crazy stuff happening. Not crazy, but just, it's been a week. So, this is part of the, like I said, the giveaway, so you need to check that out. And this is the colorway, what was it?
It was 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, limited edition, Michelle Obama colorway.
That's
I thought
really
it was
pretty.
Beautiful, and I thought somebody should have it.
Yeah, really like it. So
Maybe it'll be you.
Maybe what?
Maybe it'll be you.
Maybe it'll be you. Or you. This also came with it. This must have been because, you know, right now is a very important time in our country to go vote, and yeah, that was really nice.
It's okay. You might hear a kid eating cheese balls in the background. At 9:43 in the a.m.
Yeah. So, the surprise in the package, which I haven't unrolled it yet. John got me a shirt. I love all their shirts. They're all really cool. Like, they have some really cool shirts. But, so, I love this. Community. So if you get a chance, there you go. You should really check out Neighborhood Fiber Company.
Yeah.
The link is down below. Check her out.
If you
Awesome.
if you get to Baltimore, it's definitely one of the coolest shops I've ever been to. They have
It's on a corner.
it's
really...
on a corner. It's in a very historic part of Baltimore. And if you come, you can come see us. We're here. So I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but they do all kinds of really cool stuff. There's always people in there hanging out. I don't know if there is right now with the Corvette 18, but the usually it's a really cool place.
All right, so we're quickly gonna do one last shot for you guys. So we're gonna do a quick change. Ready? Swing!
Is this an outtakes video or something?
No.
Shut up, Wings.
Yeah, so we are Wayne and Garth.
And for some reason, we have
A
a
cat.
princess
Oh yes, come on, princess.
that still
Anna.
has some of her ghost makeup on, so she looks like she might be Ghost Anna.
Yeah, Ghost Anna. All right, so what do we want to tell everybody today? What's today?
It's trick-or-treating!
It's Halloween!
It's not really trick-or-treating.
Halloween.
Not this
So,
year.
I'm Anna from, Frozen 2.
Oh?
Because I want to be Anna.
Yeah. Hey Anna,
What?
if you need to spew into this.
No.
All right, so happy Halloween from the clan over at a Lefty Knitter podcast, and I hope everyone has a great day today. So yeah, party on Wayne,
Party on Garth.
party on Anna. Hey Anna,
What?
what's your favorite candy?
I like this
Better
one
hurry up.
since, this one is what Lila gave me and Lila's my best friend. And this one's the one that looks gross that I don't want to try. And
Then I'll
so
take
that's the last, so I'm gonna eat this one last from this candy.
From this whole
Wix
bowl.
is the gross one.